Ladies and gentlemen, your Pittsburgh Steelers are the 2014 AFC North Champions. With Behind the Steel Curtain in Steelers Film Room, I'm Neal Coolong. We're going to take a look at the 6 key plays in the Steelers' 27-17 AFC North Championship clinching victory over the Cincinnati Bengals, and give you an idea of where the Steelers are going to go from here. They have an AFC wildcard game scheduled against the Baltimore Ravens Saturday, 8:15 p.m. in Heinz Field, and we're going to dig into that here on Steelers Film Room. 6 key plays in this game, and perhaps none more impressive than Antonio Brown's punt return in the first quarter. The Steelers got off this game on a sluggish start offensively, but Brown was there to boost them the way that he has all season long. You're going to see him cut back to his left side and all but throw Shamarko Thomas at Bengals punter Kevin Huber en route to returning this without being touched, 72 yards for the touchdown. It was a big splash play for the Steelers early in the game, and one that they would need down the stretch in what turned out to be a tough defensive battle. Bengals quarterback Andy Dalton would end up throwing 2 interceptions in this game, with the first one being perhaps a miscommunication with Bengals receiver A.J. Green. This one, though, was just classic Andy Dalton in prime time. He overthrows Green badly, and it is tipped and lands right into the arms of Bryce McCain. McCain got both of these interceptions and was able to return the ball deep enough into Bengals territory to help set up a Steelers touchdown. McCain, as well as the Steelers secondary, played very well in this game, something a long time coming for the unit on the Steelers team that was most questioned heading into the 2014 season. That interception would set this up, a 21-yard catch-and-run touchdown from Steelers rookie wide receiver Martavis Bryant. Watch the block that he gets off to the right side from tight end Heath Miller as well as wide receiver Marcus Wheaton. More than anything, though, watch the acceleration that Bryant has through the lane that's provided by Miller and Wheaton, and he goes untouched into the end zone for his 8th touchdown this season. Martavis Bryant has been a splash player for the Steelers all season long, and he's showing he can go deep as well as take short plays like this into the end zone. There really isn't a way to describe this. A nice route run by Steelers running back Le'Veon Bell. He comes across the middle and is able to make the catch for a 19-yard gain. Bengals safety Reggie Nelson goes low and straight into his knee. There really isn't another way to describe it. Legal or not, it's an unethical play, it's a dirty hit, and Le'Veon Bell is lost for the remainder of the game, possibly longer. Post-game diagnosis indicated that it was a hyperextended knee and they don't believe there's any structural damage to it, and it is possible that he will play against Baltimore in the wild card round, but overall it's a shame that a game like this has to be marked by such a play, even though the game itself was well played by both sides. The Steelers' offense did clinch the top spot in franchise history for points scored in a season, but it was really the defense that bailed the team out in this one. As you can see on this play, a completion to A.J. Green, Antoine Blake, who never stopped hustling, got his hands on the ball and ripped it away just as Mike Mitchell comes in to make a hit. The ball is loose, Blake recovers his own fumble, and the Steelers are in business up 20-17 late in the fourth quarter. This would set up another big play from the Steelers, this time the offense sealing off the victory, but what a game from Blake. The Steelers cornerbacks, like I mentioned before, have been maligned all season long as being the weak link among this team. They played outstanding in this game, Blake among them. And who else would get that big play but Steelers wide receiver Antonio Brown? He would take this after shaking off Bengals cornerback Dre Kirkpatrick 63 yards for the Steelers touchdown. This would end the game. It would be Brown's last catch of the regular season, putting him at a league-leading 129 catches for over 1,600 yards and a club record 13 touchdowns. That's a franchise triple crown for Brown. He now has franchise records in catches, receiving yards, and touchdowns, and the Steelers are going to close this one out 27-17, and with it, clinch their first AFC North Championship since 2010. So there it is, 6 key plays from the Steelers' AFC North Championship clinching win over the Cincinnati Bengals in Pittsburgh Sunday. The Steelers advance to take on the Ravens, their hated rival, in the wild card round of the AFC playoffs. The Steelers have beaten the Ravens 3 times in the postseason dating back to 2001, all 3 of those games being in Pittsburgh. The health and status of running back Le'Veon Bell is certainly going to be the talker of the week, and while early reports indicate that he does not have a torn ligament and the structural integrity of his knee is okay, it's a question whether or not he's going to be able to get back on the field. The Steelers typically don't run the ball particularly successfully against the Ravens anyway, so it's a question if the game plan this week is simply going to be to attack a depleted Ravens secondary that was torched the last time these two teams played in Week 9. The Steelers won 43-23 on the speed of 6 Ben Roethlisberger touchdowns, and you have to figure the passing game is going to be heavily featured against them this time. The absence of Bell, or at least the limitation of Bell, could be the difference here, though, so stay tuned all week on Behind the Steel Curtain. We'll have the latest for you. With Steelers Film Room and Behind the Steel Curtain, I'm Neal Coolong.